Yo, what's up YouTube? I've got a video on like ace grading. I know that this probably will get like, you know, the hate videos or dislikers that basically are putting out, you know, because I'm putting content out about them, but this is a fucking 100% valid point, right? So for anyone who is sat there and is going to dislike the video, you know, if you want to dislike the video because I'm mentioning your gods again, right, you know, basically, there's a card here that is a Galarian Articuno. Now, the way that you check the, you know, you can basically just, you know, you can just do this. I don't know if it will show, like, on the actual recording program. Let me just go to it. But basically, you can highlight this. Right, oh, yeah. Oh, right, it shows you me highlighting it. Oh, that's alright then. So you can highlight that, and then you can copy and paste it into the eBay page, right? So you can just copy and paste it like this, right? And then you can search it. Now, as you can see, that's a Korean version. That's a Korean card, right? This is a Japanese holo rare, right? So this is a graded card, right? And then as you can see here, there's one that says £48 from Japan. Right, so looking at this card, you probably think, well, this is an easy 10, right? You know, unless there's actual something wrong with it, which to me, just looking at these quick images, alright, there's maybe a slight bit of whitening at the top, yeah, but that's not probably going to bring the grade down, you know. So more than likely, you could probably still sneak away with a 10 on that, right? And then, alright, so even if you didn't want to buy that one, you could buy this one. So £49, right? This guy's got 7 of them, so you know this guy's a box breaker, right? He's from Japan. So you could probably swipe this off this guy for £40, right? You understand, yeah? And then, you know, here's a 9.5 as well, right? For one, which is the same card, which is Japanese, right? Which one is by a better company, right? Which is offering, mine's offering 59 quid. Yeah? So you could get an already graded version of the card, right? For cheaper than what you would buy it off someone in the UK. And here you could probably import this one for like £44. So £44. Yeah? And the reason why I'm not going to, in any way I'm going to say import or anything like that, import or, you know, or, oh, well, you have to pay import if you buy it from Japan. Not always, because one, the guy might send it you in a letter, you know, and you can ask for him to send it you in a letter, right, you know, and they will do that. And don't mark the value, yeah? So you could say don't mark the value. That's what I do with people in Japan. Japan are always like, you know, sometimes they will say no, sometimes they will say yes, right? You know, because at the end of the day, why does the company or the, you know, it is like, so when you send an item off, or, you know, they want to know the value so they can charge you extra tax. Yeah, that's what it is. They want to charge you extra tax when they send it in. Now, when I believe that you do a sale with someone, it's none of the other person's business on, you know, if you're doing a transaction with someone like cash, it's no one else's business what you're doing, you know. If you're selling something to someone, you know, it's no one else's business. So therefore, if you say, for example, I'm saying this as a point of the video, if you ask this guy or one of these Japanese people to say, can you send me in a letter, yeah, you won't pay the import on it. Now, if it's a big massive box with 10 booster boxes in, then you ain't going to get around that, right? But what I'm saying is, for the purpose of the video, if it's a letter, you'll probably get around it. So therefore, you're buying it at the price that you brought it for. You just have to confirm with the seller that you're buying it off. Right? So, then you can get that item and pay the £10 to grade the card yourself. Right? And therefore, you've got the £200 item. This is another reason why that grading kind of doesn't work for people in the UK. Right? Because you can do exactly what they can. There's no exclusivity to, you know, there's no exclusivity to someone buying this card. Like, 5 of my subscribers right now could go to this guy's listing, right? Which was the guy who was selling 7. This guy. So 7 of my subscribers could go to this guy right now for £49, right? Buy all of these for £49. Ship them into Ace Grading, right? For a tenner each, if you really want to pay £10. You know, if you really wanted to ship it into them, obviously, you know, you could ship it to someone else. You know, there's a variety of UK companies. I would probably say right now, like, Only Graded's got the best cases, regardless. Out of whatever case I've seen right now, they are the best cases, you know. So you could pay the £10, right, to grade that card, and therefore sell it for the price of £120 with 8 bids. Yeah, therefore netting yourself money on top, because you've not broke a box to get that card out of it. You just brought that card. So therefore, what I'm mentioning this for is, why would you pay £120 for a UK graded item, which then you can go and buy that same item yourself and send it to that same company, and therefore sell that same card on the market again to someone else in the UK? It's as simple as that, right? Now, another thing is, someone might say, well, whatever grading company you could use, you might have this same issue. Yeah, that's the competition. Now, for say someone that throws a CGC card up or a PSA card, now if you want that specific card within a PSA card, you've got to wait for a certain individual to send that card into PSA. Now, if you get a certain individual that then sends that card to PSA, and then, you know, let's say PSA was open, that means the only way you would get a PSA version of that specific card is if you are to that person's membership, or they're a grader, or they're specifically someone who sends to PSA themselves. This is why a lot of the UK market for this stuff is like kind of iffy. You know, and I would be very careful if you're going to use a lot of UK companies, or you're going to think of using the same UK company to grade cards every month. Because, yes, you might get that one flip, you know, where you might be like, well, I graded one card and I flipped it for 145, therefore you made money. But if you do that with the period of sending 1,000 cards into that grading company, it doesn't work like the way that you think it works. You flip that one and you make 140 quid, because you'd be at a loss of the other 1,000 items that maybe you'd never sell. So therefore you're at a total loss. Like, you can never sell them items, therefore they're worthless. So you're negative 800. You know, so what I'm trying to say is, like, if you're just doing the odd couple cards, like you buy 5 of these cards, like you buy 5 of them cards and you ship them in for a tenner, and then you flip them. Like, to say, look at this card, to be fair, I think this one looks way better with the gold pristine, right? You know, it's pristine, it's gold, you know, it's like, this is a 10, you know, this is in your face, like, bam, this is in your face, you know, this is why I like CGC cases. CGC cases are pretty sick as well. They actually have updated their case from the internals. I haven't made a video on it, but I know other people have. Their internals actually touches the top of the card like this, so for anyone who doesn't understand what I'm talking about. So where the corners are, like that, the card meets the centre. Is it like that on a PSA normally? I think it is like that on a PSA normally. No, it's not like that on a PSA normally. So on a PSA normally, the corners aren't touching the top. The corners aren't touching the top of the card. Now, I don't know where my Venusaur is right now. I haven't got it at hand. So basically they've joined the cards like this, so the internal case like that means the card, the round corner touches the top, where in a PSA case it doesn't. So to be, therefore, like, if I can show you on the video, it's just like, flick to this, maybe I was looking at something. So if I go to like recently viewed, we'll open in a new tab, and then we'll go to this. So on a PSA card, you see there where the corners are missing, right? And then you go to this, and you'll see that the corners are round on the case. This is the case update for CGC. So to be fair, that still looks better, you know, and their cases are really good as well. CGC cases are really good, thicker than PSAs, and they're a lot better quality. So I've obviously not got an Ace one in my hand, and I don't really want to have one in my hand, you know. But yeah, this is like, I don't understand why you would pay this from a UK company. It just doesn't make sense. And then regarding another sale, yeah, so I just thought I'd have a look and dig around. So here's another one, right? So there's an Ace grade, you know, I'm just calling it Ace grade, right? 8 Glaceon GX, you know, SV55 by 94. So if you just get this, right, this sold for £40, best offer. So maybe I would say it sold for around 35 quid. Yeah, maybe, if that's the best option, yeah. So you hit this, and then you go to this, and it'll show you the £55. So even for example, right, let's see this. So this is by Get Graded, right? They seem to have changed their label. Right, they've obviously moved the surfaces and stuff to be in one grid at the bottom. I really do think they should they add some colour to their label, would make them more appealing to other people. But anyway, you can basically do this, right? And you can get an 8 right here by PSA, right? Which one you can add to a set list, and then if you wanted to complete a set, you know, you'd get an award for basically being in the set registry for PSA. You'd get an award that you had to have a completed set per year. So, you know, the things that sometimes I'm working towards in grading this stuff is, you know, you work towards getting a specific set complete, and then you get an award from PSA, and you can get medals or trophies, actual physical trophies from PSA that state that you are, you know, the owner of this set or whatever. I know Zach just got one. Gemmint Pokemon just got one a couple of weeks ago. So, you know, this is the type of thing that I'm kind of like explaining to people. Like, you know, yeah, you can, if you're in a rush to get, if you don't want to create a set and you want the specific card and you want it graded. But you see, the thing is, right, you've got one guy here selling a raw for £30. Yeah, a raw for £30. Now, the Glaceon here, this guy's selling for £30 as bids. So, this guy who sold this card for Ace grade and 8, best offer, you know, he maybe sold it for 35 quid. Like, I don't know if there's a way you can, you know, tell if, so if you go to, like, I don't know, what would you type in a eBay best offer, right, checker or something, yeah, right? So is there any way you can like check? Alright, goof bid. Alright, hold on. So what would you do? Type in the username of the person, right? I don't know, type this person in. We're just trying something here. I've never used this before, so click this. Alright, no, don't say anything. Alright, that's a waste of time. Alright, that was an old video. What's it called? Glaceon. Right, where was we? Yeah. So this card, 40 quid. Maybe I don't know the price. Could have been 35. Well, why wouldn't you just try and offer this guy like 35, 40 quid? So you can clearly tell that a raw price for the card is obviously like £20. So if, you know, a raw price here is £30. You know, a raw price is £18. A raw price is 26. So if this guy, oh wait, that's the wrong tab. If this guy sold this for 35 quid or £25, you know, these guys have probably just got a raw one for that. You know, where a 10 from PSA or a 9, look, a 9 from PSA has got 10 watches. You know, I know it's a 9, but there's no 8s here right now, right? Oh, obviously there was one 8 at the, there's one 8 at the top. So you can think about a 9, right? Just think about the price of a 9, right? So the price of a 9 is 102. So he wants £102. Right? So for 10 is 154. Right? If a 10's 154. Right? And a 9 is 102. He wants 102, right? So that's like, it would leave you with like, if you did obviously minus that from each other, you're left with £52, isn't it? Right? So, you know, I would say you're probably still looking at about 70 quid for an 8. So I would say that this is undervalued. You know, in the way of like the past sale of a 10 and a 9. You know, because an 8 is still a good card, to be fair. Right? You know, but you could probably snag this off this guy for 35, 40 quid. You know, maybe you would sell it. Maybe you got it from a booster pack. Maybe he's broke even on his stuff. So, you know, it just depends. It just depends what it is, doesn't it? You just have to, you know, this is just a video. This is just a point, right? You know, I'm rambling right now, you know. I can just check to see if there's any more. But for anyone who wants to, like, have this as a breakdown, you know, this is basically just showing you the fact that, you know, like, let's just look at this, right? So, you know, you got a 7, right? A 7 Evo, right? 7 Evo Charizard, Neiman. Don't even tell you the code, so it's 11108. So you type in Charizard, right? So you do this, Charizard 11108, right? Hit that, and then you got £70 for a raw. You got £70 for a raw. So he sold a graded one for 70 quid. When there's one here raw for £70. You see what I mean? Like, these people selling this stuff here are fucking clueless what they're doing. Like, they are really clueless in it. They when they're doing this stuff, they don't fucking know what they're doing. Because why would you sell a card for the price of it being raw? It just doesn't make sense. So, you know, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.